So first what I'm going to do is use my angle brush and my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Pomade in the color Ebony. And I'm just going to dip some in there. Now it's time to fill in the brows. What I'll be doing is drawing a line directly under the brow, making sure I go all the way to the end of the tail. I'm also going to be doing the same thing at the top, making sure I connect those two. Now I'm just blending in any missing areas that look a little shaggy or not colored in. Make sure you're also extending the front of your brow so it doesn't look too short and it's actually being symmetrical with your nose. Just keep doing light strokes, blending in the pomade. Be sure to not leave out any blank areas. So now I have my angle brush and my Maybelline concealer. I'm going to dab some on the back of my hand just to make it easier to dip my angle brush in. And what we're going to do is we are going to conceal the eyebrows to give them a more perfect look. Dip your angle brush inside of the concealer. Start with drawing a line directly under the brow, using very light strokes. Make sure you go all the way to the tail of the brow. And also blend down once you've made that line. Do the same for the top. And make sure you go all the way down to the tail as well. So with the rest of that, we are going to blend under the eye, making sure we get all those hard creasing looking lines from under the brow. You can just use your finger and just blend down. Yep. With that same concealer I had on the back of my hand, we're going to use that as a eyeshadow base. And this is so that the eyeshadow doesn't crack or crease. It's basically just like a foundation, close to like a paint pot from MAC. Keep blending because we want everything to be smooth on the eyelids. Now I'll be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit to use light shadows on my eyelids. Basically, today we're just making a natural, somewhat everyday look. I'm going to be taking the second darkest shade in my crease with a fluffy brush. Basically, it's like a medium brown. And this is just to define the eyes. I'm going to do the same thing to the other eyelid. Keep buffering out that color. Now for the exact lid, I'm going to use a fluffy flat brush, and I'm going to be using this shimmery color directly on the lids. This is kind of just to wake the eye up a little bit. We don't want it too dark. I'm going to do the same thing. So now I'll be using my Milani mascara, and I'm doing a light coat on my natural lashes. Basically, this is just preparing my natural lashes with my false lashes. This is so that they can actually blend together without me directly putting mascara onto the false lashes. So now I'm going back into my crease with a black eyeshadow, and this is to give the look a darker look, just a little bit. So I'm just taking a fluffy brush, gently going into the crease. See how it just gives it a little bit of dimension and just gives it a little bit of a darker look. Don't pack the color on too much because you don't want it to look too dark. And this is just a regular black eyeshadow. This one is from Sephora. So now to kind of define the look again, I'm going to be adding black eyeliner, and this is from Maybelline, and I'm going to apply this directly onto my waterline. I'm not going to do it too heavy because I don't want the look to look too dark. And I'm going to do the same to the next eye. For the fun part, it's foundation time. I'm using Sephora's foundation, and I'm also going to be using MAC's Studio Sculpt foundation. To blend my foundation, I'll be using a sculpting brush, and also I'll be using NYX Fix Spray. Those two work very well together. So I just spray a little bit on there, air it out, dip the brush in my two foundations, and start buffering it into my skin. Make sure you really buffer this into your skin. It will leave streaks, so I'll show you guys what I do after I use the sculpting brush. Making sure you don't forget any areas of your skin. Just keep buffering, keep blending to give it a smooth appearance. I like to get under my eyes to cover any bags, and also on my forehead I like to buffer really good as well. The streak problem, I'll be using Real Techniques Beauty Blender. This one is basically just like the regular beauty blender. So I'm just pressing the sponge, and it's damped also with the Fix Spray. I just damped it a little bit, and now I'm pressing the product into my skin, and this takes away all those streaks just to make it smoother and to blend better. Making sure I don't forget any areas. Also make sure you get under your eyes as well, and also on top where the concealer was with the brows. So now I'll be highlighting with my Sephora highlighter pen, and I like to use my finger to blend this out because I can be more precise, and I like to push the product into my skin. It works much better, and it also makes a smoother appearance. I like to highlight under my eyes, my nose, and my forehead. So now I'm taking the color Banana in my beauty blender from my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, and I'm setting that highlight with the banana color. And I'm using my beauty blender, the pointy part, to set this. This makes sure that the highlight does not crack or crease. Now I'm using my contour brush and the darkest color in the contour palette to start contouring. I go directly under the highlight on both sides. And I like to go up a little bit, and on my forehead as well. So make sure you go directly under the highlight, basically the perimeter of your face. Taking a small fluffy brush, and I'm contouring the bridge of my nose on both sides, and this makes my nose look a little more slimmer, kind of like I got a nose job. I'm taking that same highlighter pen, and I'm going directly under the contour, and this brings out my cheekbones. Then after that, I'm just going to blend it out with my beauty blender again. Next, my most favorite part, we're going to be using highlighter. Excuse me. I'm going to be using this Stardust from Sephora. This is my favorite highlighter. I like to apply it on both of my cheeks. And you can do this directly between the contour and the highlight at the top. It just gives you such a beautiful, pretty summertime glow. This is definitely my favorite highlighter. Also, make sure that you look in really closely because you don't want to look too glowy. And also put it in the bridge of your nose. Just blending, blending, blending. Now I'll be using Mazzani's kind of bronzy blush. And I like to put this on the apples of my cheek, just like that. And it definitely brightens up your contour as well. The lips will definitely be using my product, Shaded by Jade, and this is the matte color Kylie. This is my favorite lip because it goes with everything. It's super matte. It's almost like a nude color, and it definitely gives you that Kylie Jenner lip. We are all done. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial, you guys. Make sure you subscribe and give me any other ideas for tutorials you guys have in mind. Thanks again.